You know, as a Dragon Ball GT fan, it's really hard to listen to other people talk about it. You see, when big YouTubers talk about Dragon Ball GT, they either haven't actually watched the show, or they say that it's the most stupid, they say the most stupid, absurd things, that it really doesn't even make sense. And honestly, it kind of sucks, because, for example, GT Vegeta is, in my opinion, better than Dragon Ball Super's Vegeta in terms of character development. Now, I'm gonna be blunt, even as a GT fan. GT Vegeta definitely does not have as many hype moments as Dragon Ball Super Vegeta. But as a character, Vegeta in GT is far better than any other Vegeta, in my opinion. And today, I'm gonna go over why. Let's start off with GT's most infamous joke. Many people call GT Dragon Ball Goku time, because of the amount of power and stuff Goku does in the series. However, when people say this, I think they look at Dragon Ball Z with the rose-tinted glasses, because when you truly think about it, no one else in Dragon Ball Z actually does anything. I mean, let's stop and list some things that everyone else in Dragon Ball Z, okay? The Z Fighters got slaughtered against Nappa. Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo, as well as Krillin, got humiliated by Frieza and the Ginyu Force. Everybody got bodied by the androids except for except for Piccolo, technically Cell, yeah. Who Piccolo just led a beacon to Cell, who Vegeta let reach his perfect form, only to be humiliated himself. Trunks got bitched, and then Goku put up the best fight, but he wasn't enough. And then Gohan came in and defeated Cell. Everybody then got their shit rocked by Buu, or absorbed, except for Goku, who ended up winning with a Spirit Bomb only because he wanted to give Vegeta a shot at winning. Goku himself says that he could have beaten Buu, but was wanting to give Vegeta a chance. Like, when you stop to think about it, Dragon Ball Z was Goku time just as much as GT. And if it wasn't Goku, it was his sperm. So let's start off the beginning of GT, and where people immediately hate Vegeta. Now look, I don't like GT Vegeta's mustache either, but when you see GT Vegeta's first design, what do you see? You likely see a disgrace. His hair, grew mustache, and wearing some ridiculous earthling clothes. But that's exactly why you can't appreciate GT Vegeta, because you think too much like Vegeta. Look, I'm gonna be blunt. If you want a prideful Vegeta with his head shoved so far up his ass, trying to be Goku that he can't appreciate anything else in life, you're going to hate GT Vegeta, because GT Vegeta actually follows up on Z Vegeta's development, unlike Super. For the most part, there are a few scenes in Super where Vegeta actually shows character development. At the end of Z, Vegeta straight up admits Goku's number one, but before that, when fighting Goku under Majin's Vegeta spell, he even admits that he likes living on Earth.
Vegeta, I don't understand. You've never allowed anyone to help you before in your life. Why start now? Why Bobbity?
Because I wanted him to reawaken the evil in my heart. I wanted him to return me to the way I was before! I was the perfect warrior, cold and ruthless. I lived by my strength alone, uninhibited by foolish emotion. But slowly, over the years, I became one of you, my quest for greatness gradually giving way to this life of mediocrity. I awoke one day to find that I had settled down, formed a family. I had even grown quite fond of them. Would you believe, I almost started to think the Earth was a nice place to live. Do you understand now, Kakarot? That's why I needed Bobbity to set me free by releasing the evil in my heart. He has freed me of these petty attachments. And I'd have to say it feels pretty good.
Do you really believe what you're saying?
And this reflects in Dragon Ball GT. Vegeta is much more relaxed and Earth-like, because, yeah, he's a Saiyan, but he's also an Earthling. And although I agree that most people this is a bit much. It's a subtle detail you'll most likely miss, and his design gets upgraded later on, so you don't really need to look at it too long. Moving on from that, though, we see Vegeta literally dragging Goten and Trunks to fight instead of him. He has the chance to outshine Goku in space, but who knows what kinds of opponents. And instead of, going, fighting, he's trying to train up Goten and Trunks. Dragon Ball Z, or even Dragon Ball Super Vegeta, would never let this happen. He hears Goku's going to space, he will follow him like a lost puppy. Because, as I said, he's no longer chasing Goku. He accepts that Goku is stronger than him, and he's gotten his head out of his previously stated ass.
Father? Son, there's the easy way and then there's the fun way.
I still don't understand. Why do we have to go with him? This is not cool!
Give it a rest. Both of you have begun to grow unbearably soft in these times of peace. And with Kakarot leading the search, you'll see trouble in no time.
You do know that I have a date tonight.
Dating is for the weak.
Aww, what about me? I am the president of Capsule Corp.
Then consider this a hostile takeover.
It's not that I don't want to find the Dragon Balls. I just know that my mother would never let me set foot on a spaceship.
It was all her idea.
You're kidding me!
We go quite a while without seeing Vegeta again, only seeing him in episode 27, which is actually a great episode. It starts off with Vegeta and Bulla, or Bra, or whatever her name is. I'm calling her Bulla. Anyway, he takes Bulla shopping because she made fun of his mustache, and he off-roads some guys hitting on his daughter. Then later, Bra's telling Vegeta how happy she is, he brought him all this stuff, and she'll put on a fashion show for him, and he's shown smiling. When was the last time you saw Vegeta smile after something that didn't involve a fight that he got his ass kicked in? I genuinely can't think of another one. I actually didn't notice until rewatching the episode either, so hey, there you go, rewatch GT. However, he quickly loses it as he sees someone trying some Sparking Zero Snap Vanish bullshit, showing that he's not quite out of shape like people think. Some people think GT characters got weaker when Goten would literally one-shot Buhan in his base form, and maybe even Vegeta. But hey, some fans will be wild. Anyway, Gohan gets the advantage when he transforms, but soon Vegeta transforms and then completely outclasses Gohan. Now remember, this is a Gohan who continued training for 15 years, and went Super Saiyan on top of his Ultimate form. Yeah, Vegeta is really him in the show. Unfortunately, though, he isn't him for very long, because Goten jumps him, also infected by baby's parasites. And although he could whip both of their asses at the same time, he gets infected, though he did last quite a bit longer than everyone else, resisting the infection.
That's how it's gonna be. I told you I was coming to the rescue. Sorry if you thought I meant yours.
Nice job there, Goten.
Thank you.
Goten, not you too!
Give up now, Vegeta. You're fighting two Saiyans, and we're brothers. Neither your strength nor your ego can come close to this power. A smart fighter would take this chance and go home.
Duh! We'll see about that!
That's it, Vegeta. Get angry. Push all of that hatred you have built up inside you to the surface and reveal my victory!
Fun fact, did you know that baby's transformations are mutations of his Super Saiyan forms? His white hair form is the Super Saiyan form, his shoulder blade form is Super Saiyan 2, and his shoulder pad form is Super Saiyan 3. With that in mind, this most likely means Vegeta himself could turn to Super Saiyan 3 in GT. But, moving on. We move on to episode 41, where Vegeta is starting to act like the old Vegeta. He comes out of Capsule's form and is like, "Square up, Kakarot, we gotta settle." And honestly, can you really blame him? He got possessed for months and then learned Goku unlocked 2 more forms. He'll beat his ass. Bro probably has so much built up frustration, I mean, he's gotta let it out somehow. I don't think this is character regression, because, think about it. If you had another man inside of you for months, and then your best friend came and beat your ass, you'd probably be mad too. Plus, at the World Tournament, so it's festive. After that, some guards try to stop Vegeta, and he just blasts them away and demands Goku to fight him. And then the kid wins through Goku being distracted, dumbfounding the prince, and to be honest, making the Vegeta GT facepalming. But then, at the end of the episode, Vegeta finally confronts Goku again, and they both go Super Saiyan on the bridge, only for Goku to get hungry. Vegeta laughs because Vegeta knows that Goku will always be Goku, and he respects that.
I don't want any of them beating me.
You really think one of those puny guys are a threat to you?
Especially when there's a real threat standing right here. I'd say playtime is over.
Okay, it's been a while since we did this.
We're on a bridge,
Yeah,
Grandpa!
Father, cut it out!
Sorry, but do you mind if we continue this after I get something to eat?
And that'll be it for this video. We still have the Super 17 and Shadow Dragon arc to cover, but I think I've made enough of a point here to say that, you should at least give GT Vegeta another chance. GT Vegeta is not stale, he's stronger than anyone in Z, and he's the best version of Vegeta, in my opinion. As you can probably tell, I am sick while writing and recording this. I was a lot more sick when writing it, but I'm a lot better now that I'm actually recording it. I know. With that sound, I just made it seem like it, but earlier, just a couple days ago, I was trying to stream, and I was just running out of breath during the middle of the stream, and I had to cut it short. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.